Volusia County residents have an incredible opportunity to celebrate their most prominent citizen, Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune. The Florida legislature selected her to represent the Sunshine State in National Statuary Hall, which is inside the U.S. Capitol building in Washington, D.C. But before she heads for Washington, she's on display for all to see at the News Journal Center in Daytona Beach. Now, before we check in on the statue, let's take a look back at her remarkable life. Most of us know Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune as the founder of Bethune-Cookman University in Daytona Beach. But did you know she was also a civil rights leader, the first black woman to head a federal agency, and a charter member of the United Nations?
Now, she founded the National Council of Negro Women. She was the first African American woman to lead a federal agency. She was the advisor to 5 different presidents. She had the ear, think of that for a moment, 5 different presidents of the United States she had the ear of. She was able to talk to them and influence them on things such as education for black Americans, education for women, job opportunities for black Americans and women, anti-lynching legislation.
Dr. Bethune came from humble beginnings. She was born in 1875 to former slaves who owned a small cotton farm in South Carolina. Young Mary was able to pick 200 pounds of cotton a day, but she had greater aspirations. Even as a child, Dr. Bethune knew that education was the key to empowerment, so she was determined to get an education. She studied at several schools, including the prestigious Moody Bible Institute in Chicago, and went on to become a powerful educator.
When she came to Daytona Beach, she came with a mission. She came to educate little black girls. And so from that beginning, when she started with $1.50 that she had in her pocket, which was her savings, and her faith in God, her impeccable faith in God, and 5 little girls that she started with, and her little son with her. Amazingly, thousands and thousands have graduated since then, and I am one of the recipients.
Today, her tiny school has grown into Bethune-Cookman University, a historically black college and one of the crown jewels of Volusia County. Now, some background about the statue and its future placement in National Statuary Hall. Statuary Hall is a huge rotunda that holds statues of prominent Americans. Each state gets to choose 2 citizens to be featured in the hall.
The journey began in 2016 when Governor Scott signed the Great Floridians Act to find a Great Floridian to represent the state at the National Statuary Hall. The legislature voted in 2018 on Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune, who becomes the first African American to represent one of the 50 states.
Bethune-Cookman University appointed a statuary fund committee to secure and place the statue in our nation's capital. Community leader Nancy Lohman spearheaded the local efforts, not the least of which was to raise more than $850,000 to secure and place the marble statue. Neil de Comas, a master sculptor who works in Fort Lauderdale and Pietrasanta, Italy, was selected to create Dr. Bethune's likeness. Comas selected marble from the same quarry Michelangelo used to create his famous statues of David and the Pieta. The sculptor also created a similar bronze statue that will be permanently erected in Daytona Beach's Riverfront Esplanade Park on February 22nd, 2022. That's 2/22/22. On July 10th, the marble statue was unveiled in Pietrasanta, Italy. Bethune-Cookman University and the city of Daytona Beach led a delegation of locals to take part in this historic moment. On October 11th, community leaders gathered at the News Journal Center to celebrate the unveiling of Dr. Bethune's statue. Let's watch this historic occasion.
Today, we proudly share with you this historic milestone in an unprecedented, never been done before, journey. This masterpiece, created in Pietrasanta, Italy, by master sculptor Nilda Comas, will stand with us on temporary display here in our hometown of Daytona Beach, Florida, until its permanent placement in the U.S. Capitol National Statuary Hall. Welcome.
I love this lady. She captured my heart and she inspired me. She had this incredible voice. She was soft. She was using such intelligent, perfect wording. She was strong, straight. She was what she was saying, but she said it in a way that was not offensive and with love.
66 years after her death, this remarkable woman continues to lead and inspire us to put aside our differences, to fight for social justice, and to serve our community. These goals were paramount 100 years ago, and they are even more important today. Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune is a beacon of hope, and her vision of education, equality, and empowerment lives on.
Dr. Bethune's statue will be on display at the News Journal Center from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. 7 days a week until December 12th. This is a unique opportunity you won't want to miss. You can reserve free tickets at mmbstatue.org. After the Daytona Beach exhibition, the statue will begin its trek to Washington, D.C., where she will join the likes of George Washington, Rosa Parks, and Thomas Edison.
So folks, all I can say is, if you don't get out to see this statue while it's here in the News Journal Center, you will be sorry. Applause and kudos to the pride of Florida, Dr. Mary McLeod Bethune.
If I can help somebody as I pass along, if I can cheer